All right, welcome to class. With us, we want to do a subtopic in differentiation called trigonometric function. And if you are looking to write JAM, mathematics in JAM, be rest assured that you must learn this. If you are also an 100 level student, be rest assured you will see this in their hundreds. So the first thing we have to do is that we have to know how to work on these functions. First, if you have this and giving us this over this here, we know that if I have sine x here, I will have cos x here. If I have cos x here, I will have minus sine x here. If I have tan x here, I will have sec square x. If I have sec x here, I will have sec x tan x. If I have cot x here, I will have minus cosec square x. If I have cosec square and cosec x here, I will have this value and this value here. So with this noted, this is what we are going to be. That means that if you have any of this function, this is the answer. If you see this one, you differentiate. If you differentiate this is what you get. If you see this one, differentiate, this is what you get, like that, and so on and so forth. So let's take the first example going further. First, I have that example 1. If you have y to give you sine 6x here. Now, first thing you note is that everything in the front of this trig function, we call it u because we are using chain rule to solve this. So for chain rule, we say let u be this one at the front of this. So I have 6x here. Next up, we therefore say that let y be my what? Sine. Since we say let this one be u, so I'll put u there. So here will be u. Next up, I'm going to differentiate the u with respect to this. So I have du with respect to x, this and this here. So what do? If you're having x to the power 1, just pick the coefficients. Because this is x power 1. Pick the coefficient here. And then if you differentiate the y with respect to u, you have this. I just said if you differentiate sine, you get cos here. So this is cos. This is u. I'm using u, please. Cos u here. So using chain rule, we simply say that our chain rule becomes the y du times du dx. Now, what do we know about chain rule, please? Whenever you want to start using chain rule, your values goes from down to up. You pick from this down upward because your dy du is the first value here and your du dx is the second value. So you always pick from down to up. So here, we simply say that here, I'll replace this one now with this one. So I'll have this cos u times, I'll replace this one with this one. I'll have this. So do the math. When this multiplies this, we know that here becomes cos u. But we already know our u from the beginning. What is my u from the beginning? We said it's 6x. So finally, we say our final answer here for that becomes my dy over my dx here becomes, repeat this one and repeat this value. That becomes 6 cos. Instead of me putting u, I'll put 6x. This is how you do this. So if you are seeking to write mathematics in JAM, I bet you, and you're in 100 level, you're also planning to go to 100 level, you've got to learn trigonometric function, because if you are good at, and I promise you will be so good at this, following this channel, please tell this to your friends, your community, your schools, tell them, share it. You are going to be so good in solving something like this. So this is the first question. So next up, going further, I have here option number 2. So you have this to give us tan 4 plus 3x squared. We have this. What do you know going forward? I said everything here in the front here. This front is my u. So we say let my u here becomes all of this. That's the first thing you note. And then next up, we say let my y be tan So we'll just say that let this one be u. So I'll replace it with u like this. So going further now, if you differentiate this variable, so du with respect to x now, this is what we need. We don't need this one. This does not have x. We only need this one. So use this to multiply this. That will give us 6. When you remove 1 from here, you are going to have 6x raised to the power of 1, or you leave it as 6x. You are correct. That's what you are supposed to have. Next up here, if you differentiate the y with respect to u here, what do I know going further? I know that if you differentiate your tan, what am I supposed to get? Sec square. So I'll put my u. That's what we said. Sec square. So what do I know now? So using chain rule, so we know that our dy dx here, I told you that in chain rule, we just pick from down to up. Pick from down to up. So this is where we are starting from, because the du is here, the du is here. So finally, replace this one with this. So I have sec square u times, replace this one with this. I have this value here. So multiply, use this to multiply this. So I have 6x here, sec square u. But we already know that we say let u be what from the beginning? 4 plus 3x squared. That's what we said. So going further, what do I know now? I will simply say that your dy over my dx therefore becomes what? Take this one, start from here. So we say 6x sec squared. So don't put your u again, put this one into bracket 4 plus 3x all squared. This is how this is solved. So number 3 here, we also know that we are asked to differentiate this. So we are asked to differentiate cot into bracket. We say 4x3 plus x. We want to differentiate this. So what do we know going forward? Everything here at the front of this strict function is u. So we say let my u be this value plus x, and as well let y be cot u. That's what we just said now. So if you differentiate this one here, that means my du over my dx here, that is this one and this x. So if you differentiate this, what do we know going further? Observe this to multiply this, that will give us 12. So if you remove 1 here, we are having 12x raised to the power of 2. That's what you have first. Now look at this one. We're also differentiating this. This is x power 1. So I said anytime you are differentiating x to the power of 1, you pick the coefficient. What the coefficient says is 1. So that will give us plus 1. That's all. We have differentiated that. Now from here, next I want to get the y with respect to u. So the y with respect to u now, if you differentiate this now, I said if you differentiate cot, what do we know there? If you differentiate cot, we are having minus cosec square u. Cosec square u. That's what we know. So what do we know? So applying chain rule, I know that my chain rule becomes just carry from down to up. So I'll do this one, sec square u times, what do we know again? We have 12x squared plus 1 here. So from this point now, move all this one here. So we say our dy dx here will give us minus 12x squared plus 1 here, like this. Then cosec square u. That's what we know. Going further, next up, let's just take this one off. Next up here, now what do we know going further there? So we already know that we say let our u from the beginning be this value plus x. So repeat that for us here. We say our dy dx here will therefore give us minus 12x squared plus 1 here. Then this will give us what? Cosec square. So I will repeat that value there, 4x3 plus this. This is how you solve this. In fact, I'm so glad that you found this channel. Please make sure you follow and also tell this to your community. This is what you are going to see if you're writing mathematics in JAMB, you are doing other exams. Learn this trigonometric function. It's very, very much important. Next up, number 4 question. Here we know that y will give us cosec cube 6x3 plus 1. So please look at this. This is a bit different from what you know. If you check all of these ones we are doing, check this. No power here. Check this one, no power here, and the other one we have done no power. But observe this number 4 now. See, it's having power 3. It means that it is not simplified. Well, look at this is already simplified. This is already simplified. So that means that we have to break this one down from this power 3. So there are steps that you must follow. It's very simple. What are the first step? The first step is that we say, watch this. You are going to introduce a different variable as solving this. First, instead of, this one we are saying, let u be everything in bracket. For this one now, we are going to change the pattern. So first, you can either use any letter you like, any letter of your choice. So I want to use v. So we'll say let v be everything here. So 6x to the power of 3 plus 1. That's the first thing. Second of, what do I know now? I will now say let u be all of this one now. Since we say let this one be t, and let this one be v, look at this now. If I remove all these ones now, it's v, because we say let v be all of this one. So my u therefore becomes cos v. Do you understand what I'm saying? This one is v, like this. But this one is v, like this now. So if I want to get my u now, we'll say cosec v. That's what I will write here. That's for my u. So let me replace this one back the way it was. So this is it here. So what do we now know going forward now? Now, we are not done. We have not gotten our y. So y therefore becomes always y is equals to u. So all these ones now, we already say all this one is u. Look at this one now. All is u. So we just say u raised to the power of what? 3. So this is how you break this down. So it's very important to learn this. If you are a JAMB student, 100 level student, writing WAEC and planning to write JAMB, you're writing GCE as well, you're planning to write GCE, further maths in GCE, please learn these steps. It's very important. So for this case now, what do I do here? We are going to find these 3. We're going to differentiate their value. So we are looking for dv. This is v with respect to x here. So what do we know now? This is a constant. Leave this one. Use this to multiply this. I'm having 18x. Remove 1 from here. I'm having power 2 here. So what do I know going forward? This is du and the v here. So do this one. If you differentiate this, what do we say we are going to have when you differentiate this? Very important. Look at this, guys. We are having minus cosec v. Watch this. Cosec v, then cot v. Very important to learn these steps. Very, very important. So here becomes cot v. Now, if you differentiate this going further, that's the y with respect to u. We are having it to be 3u raised to the power of 2. So this is what we have here now. So what do we now going to do here? What are we going to do here now? We know that if we want to check this one, now this one becomes function of function, where you increase the chain rule formula by adding another differentiation to it. So if you observe that this is 3, look at this one, 1, look at this 2, look at this 3. So this becomes functions of function, or function of several function, function of function, or function of several function. So what do we do now? We say applying chain rule. So what do we do? I'm taking it from down. Remember, chain rule starts from down. So we say dy over my dx here will give us, I'll take the first one. This is dy du here, to y du normally, times, next up here is the what? Du dv. So times, next up here is what? We have dv dx here. So this becomes function of several functions. So I'm starting from the down. Pick this value first. So we say that our dy over our dx here will give us minus cos v times du dv. What's my du dv here? First value, dy dx, please, is this one, 3u square times this one now, cot v will give you, that's du dv now, will give us v cot v times my dv dx. My dv dx now is 18x squared here. So what do I know going forward now? I can multiply this and this. But first, take this one out. Remember, we said that, but our u from the beginning is what here? What is my u here? Watch this. This is my u. So my u becomes cosec v, comma. What is my v from the beginning there? Look at this, because this is a different letter. We just introduced it. That's why we are using that. So here becomes 6x3 plus 1 here. So we are going to introduce them anywhere we see our variable before we multiply. So first, I'm having 3 into bracket. For you, I'm having it as cosec v here. And then cosec v. So here becomes minus here. So anywhere I see v now, I'm introducing this here. So this will give us 6x cubed plus 1 here. Then cut, please. So I have cut into bracket. For v, we are having 6x cubed plus 1 here. Don't forget we have times 18x square from here. So what do I know? Observe that we still have one v here. I already say let our v be this one here. First, I can multiply this and this here. Yes, you can do that. So 3 times 18, that's 3 times 8 will give us 24. 4 carrying 2. That one will give us this one is 3, that's 52. I will have that 52 here, x squared, all of this one here, then into bracket. Now I will replace this v. I will replace this v using my what? 6x cubed plus 1. Don't forget, because we say let our v be this. Don't forget that. So here, bracket close, then bring all of this one down. So I have this value, sec, then 6x3 plus 1 here, then cut, please, cut 6x cubed plus 1. So this is it. This becomes my final answer. This is how you do this. Please kindly do well to share this page, follow for more, and also tell this to your friends. If you are 100 level, you are planning to write JAM and this forthcoming GCE. See you in the next class. Bye-bye.